Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. We are live right here at the migrant camp. Uh, and we are walking right here where the epicenter is located. Yeah, you go, play. We're going to walk for a little bit right here. For people to realize what is going on and what is actually happening. This is the current situation. I'm going to walk around the whole uh, soccer field before I go for people to realize what's the current situation right here at this epicenter of this this migration disaster. Really, it is a migration disaster. Uh, Most of the people are being reunited right here in the middle of the soccer field. The number one thing is because they feel insecure that there has been multiple assaults and there has been you know multiple situations where a lot of the migrants have been assaulted going through the river to take a shower. Uh, that is the sad thing about it, that a lot of the migrants are going to the river and they're getting assaulted by these vandals and criminals that they have been particularly assaulting the migrants that they're going to the river to take a shower. So there's for everybody to know the update. Uh, the caravan that started around 8,000 people, now it has decreased and it has lowered down to particularly it went down to not only 5,000, but it went down to from 8,000. It went down to 6,500. From 6,500, well, it went down. First of all, let me just get my facts straight. I'm a little bit exhausted and tired, so I am going to apologize to everybody about that. But it went down from 8,000 to 7,000, from 7,000 and went down to 6,500, from 6,500 and went down to 6,000, from 6,000 yesterday it went down to 5,000, and from 5,000 it went down slowly and decreased slowly, and today they put out a list and it went down all the way to 3,200 migrants that they are sleeping right here outside of this camp. That is all the way to that particular amount. It went down to 3,200 people. Now they have put out a list. This list is in particularly for people that they just want to see which entity in particular who they want to lead first. The entities that they are qualifying first for people to get the asylum and the refugee, it is Cuba, it is Venezuela, it is Nicaragua, and it is also not only Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, but also Haiti. Those are the entities that they are signalizing that they are first. And ultimately, those are the entities that they are, in particular, going to be, having the privilege of the process of the CBP one. That is the number one situation in terms to that. So this is the current situation, how it's located right here, the epicenter of this. This is the way it looks, walking in the middle of this migrant camp right here. It looks pretty exacerbated, the migration. It's a migrant camp that everybody now, it is located in the middle of the epicenters where a lot of the migrants are going to be waiting for tomorrow to see if the process uh, it is going to be continued for them.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Hola, hola.
Yo fui la que le dije que mi mamá era padre y madre.
Ay, qué bien, salúdame a tu mamá. Me la saluda. Ah, me la saluda. La saluda. Bye, cuídate. So this is the actual situation right here. It's getting dark. Pretty much is going to be one of my last live feeds right here at this caravan. I believe so. Tomorrow I'm going to come to see if there is a recap and to see what we can gather of information and what we can get. And ultimately to see what will be the next step of the caravan, because they are a lot of confusing statements if they're going to be moving or not, if they're going to be moving forward or not. So that is the number one statement, to see if they're going to be moving or not, and to see if they're going to be getting the permits. So it's has decreased from 8,000 all the way to 7,000. From 7,000 went back to 6,500. From 6,500 it went down all the way to 6,000. From 6,000 this morning was reported 5,000. And from 5,000 and went down to this afternoon, it went down to 3,200. And from 3,200, we don't know if it is going to go down a little bit more. We don't know if it's going to go down a little bit more. Ah, cabrón. If it's going to go down a little bit more, little by little. So we don't know if it is going to decrease, if it is going to go more than 3,200, lower than 3,200. We don't know that. At the meantime, let us just walk and show you how this epicenter, it is just this is bad policies after bad policies after bad policies. This is the way it is. It says bad policies after bad policies and more bad policies. This, disaster after disaster. Every caravan, it is more continuing more as a disaster every time. It's just people living on the floor, people living in precarious situations, people living in really disastrous situations, and it's extremely bad. So I'm going to walk right here through this area, through this part. Uh, Showing you how this side, they're living on tents. On this side, also living on tents. So a lot of them, they're asking, where did they go? A lot of them, they have left with coyotes, with smugglers. Uh, ¿Qué ole? Aquí estoy haciendo un en vivo yo, en el campamento. Aquí estoy, aquí estás tú. Ah, sí, aquí estoy, güey. Dale, güey, So this is the current situation, which is, it's a little bit aggravating due to the fact that it's another caravan. Again, a disastrous organization by the Biden administration that have created this complete disaster, really. It's just no more explanation than that. It's just a complete disaster on top of a disaster. Just more people sleeping on the soccer field. Go right here and walk on the middle of the basketball court. It's a lot of children right here. A child taking a bath. right here, and an infant giving out, in particular, uh, let's go on top of the basketball court. This is the way it looks right now on the basketball court in the middle of this epicenter. There's no way for me to describe this. Just the way it looks. This is what open borders policies will create. Suffering, children suffering, migrants out of desperation traveling through unimaginable conditions, really bad situations. Uh, I just I just don't know what to say anymore. It's just so exhausting to be reporting this continuously every day, every moment, at every second. It's just exhausting. It's completely exhausting to report this. Es como hablan no para hablar con el público. Caravan left on the 24th of December. Today has decreased into 3,200 migrants. Today has decreased to that. The one that started with 8,000, it has decreased today to 3,200. It started decreasing little by little by the quantities of 8,000 to 6,500 to 6,000, and from there it started decreasing to 5,000. And today it has decreased to 3,200. That is the number that the leader of the caravan, Luis Villagrán, set to the press. 3,200 migrants is the one that is the number that is reported. A lot of them they have left due to the fact that the leader of the caravan this morning, when there were 5,000 still here, he told them, if you want to leave on a bus, go ahead. It's under your own risk. You can arrive freely all the way to Mexico City, but from Mexico City and on to the northern borders, it's going to be a problem. So I advise you to practically to take care of yourselves, maintain yourself on the central part right here, or you can leave on your own and try to arrive on your own. This is the current situation right here again. Let's see what they will do with 3,200 people right here, 3,200 migrants. How they're going to manage them, if they're going to continue to stay here, or if they are going to continue to move. So I will go again to the central part of the soccer field, and I will end the live feed right there. Hola, hola. So we're going to walk back right here to the middle of the soccer field to just end the live feed. It's unbelievable what we have broadcast in the past 3 days. For people to understand, this is my 11th caravan traveling. 11th caravan traveling in the south border of Tapachula, where we have broadcast the mass migration through the borders of Guatemala. And the whole 11 caravans has been a lot of things that we have broadcast: confrontations, migrants, protesting, and doing all these kinds of different situations. But this is the actual situation, how it looks like. Uh, it's aggravating, but it is what it is. It is the current situation. It is none different of being regular, and none different of having something that it's completely different. But this is the way it is. So I'll say goodbye to all of you guys from the central parts of the soccer field right here where the migrant camp is located. Buy Me a Coffee is in the bottom link. If you guys like to contribute to independent reporting and travel fund, Buy Me a Coffee is on the bottom link. Uh, your contributions are extremely important for me to continue. So era nano. Les voy a sacar un pedo por andar haciendo eso. Voy a ir a donde están haciendo eso. Cuídamelo aquí. So we are going to say goodbye to every single one of you. This is the way it looks right here from the bottom. If you like this video, share this video, like the video, share the video. You guys are joining in, but you guys are not liking the video. So like the video, share the video, like the video, and share the video. Buy me a coffee is on the bottom link. If you guys like to contribute to my independent reporting and travel fund, buy me a coffee. It's on the bottom link. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you all. Stay safe, and like we always say, God's plan is our mission. Stay safe. ¿Cuánto tiempo tenemos, Nano? ¿Ya se quieren ir o no? Well, they're telling me right here that we still have a little time. So try to talk to people and translate. Yes, sir. Anything else that you need? You want me to get you something else? A cup of coffee, a cocktail, something. At the meantime, that you are right there. Don't mind me being exhausted. Somebody's saying this caravan will be dissolved just a few days. It reaches the U.S. Dissolved where? Multiple caravans have reached the United States of America. It gets dissolved in the south border, but ultimately all the people reach the border of the United States of America. It's not like they don't reach the border, they completely reach the border. And, I have multiple stories of people that, uh, hundreds of stories of migrants that they were on the caravan, and they are already located in Chicago and New York. And if you doubt that, it's not my place to tell you the other. Uh, I have the experience and the evidence, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. Yes, somebody's asking on an X. Are these people? Are these people waiting on instruction from Luis Villagran? Tomorrow morning, will they go on buses? Yes, they're waiting for an instruction to see if they're going to move forward, or or they're going to stay right here. Saludos, Ericology, saludos. From 6,000 to 3,200 in 4 days. Yes, because the majority of them have taken the other route. A lot of them, they're already in Mexico City. A lot of them, they're already in the borders. And a lot of them, they're already on their way to Mexico City from there to move forward. So, yes, it dissolves because a lot of them, they take their route on their own. It's not because they are containing them over here. That is a huge lie. So it's just a matter of time. Somebody's saying right here, but they will move maybe tomorrow eventually. Yes, that is actually a fact. And they're moving as right now. A lot of the smugglers, they're infiltrated on this migrant camp, and they are, basically moving them to one place to another. Uh, that is what they're doing. Who let them into Mexico at the southern border? They cross. You have to know our laws. Our laws are really different from the United States laws, and also we are a constituent and free country. So Article 11 of the Constitution of Mexico talks about free of transit under international agreements, and due to they have to have documents to transit to all of our country. Our country starts from the north border that connects to the United States and the south border of Mexico that connects to Guatemala. So they have free of transit to enter here, proven of documents and proven that they are on a process to asylee or refugee, or they're just in a matter of transportation, a matter of transit for them to get a job. So we have that freedom in the country of the United States of America. Is not different from ours right now. The United States is letting everybody in from all around the world. So uh, if you're talking about the cost and the effect of who caused this, it's really simple. It is the United Nations, where the Global Compact on Migration, the globalists, the people that believe in open borders, and ultimately Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas. They're the ones that they need to be complicit and hold accountable for all the deaths that they have happened during the Darien Gap in Central and South America. And these people that ultimately they believe in open borders. Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas believe on that. Although they say continuously the border is not open, but you go and you just see uh, that the border is open. So if you're talking about the incentivization of the factor, a number one factor, it is the policies of Joe Biden and the Democrats. It's nobody else. I'm sorry, but that is the way it is. They're not coming because the Republicans said so. They're not coming because somebody in the Republican Party said so. They're coming because Joe Biden has, said that it's okay to enter to a non-port of entry. Sometimes the truth hurts a lot. And also, the Republicans are not too far away from being corrupt and being at fault and being complicit about it. Number one thing is that the Republicans are, continuously not doing anything for humanitarian policies. Also, the Democrats not doing anything as humanitarian policy. They're not doing anything to help the situation that is aggravating in Central and South America, when migrants are dying, migrants are being extortion, migrants are being kidnapped. They're suffering from economical disaster. So it is not like one political party is better than the other one. Both of them are a disaster, a complete disaster. Look at this humanitarian crisis. This is a humanitarian crisis. This is not a migrant crisis. This is not an immigration crisis. It's a humanitarian crisis that has developed more and more and more and more in Central and South America. ¿Puedo ayudar?
No, estoy muy curioso. ¿Qué canal? ¿Es un canal de YouTube o es un canal de noticias?
Pues es un canal, trabajo para 3 medios de comunicación, pero estoy ahorita en mi página.
Ok, ¿estás en vivo?
Sí.
Disculpa.
Todo
Es
bien.
la curiosidad que me está matando.
No, todo bien. ¿De qué parte eres?
Venezuela,
Venezuela, ¿de qué parte?
Puerto Cabello.
Ah, mucha gente de Puerto Cabello, yo he caminado.
Mucho gusto. Kenny.
Sí, mucho gusto, Oscar. ¿Cruzaste la selva?
Sí, pero yo he parado en varios países a trabajar y me he quedado por un mes, a veces 2 meses. En Costa Rica me quedé 6 meses porque estaba más cómodo. Pero sí decidí seguir el viaje.
Ah, qué bien. He cruzado la selva también.
Sí, la crucé en abril.
Yo también la crucé.
¿La cruzaste?
Sí. Ya van 3 veces que me meto.
Pero estás documentando.
Sí.
Oye, muchas gracias por todo.
Sí, todo bien, hermano. Sí, he caminado con muchos venezolanos dentro de la selva.
Ya.
Muchos. En caravanas también, muchísimos.
voy en esta, me quiero quedar en esta porque tengo miedo de lo que pueda pasar más adelante, no quiero que me deporten. Entonces ya venía, pero o sea, no arranqué con ella, pero me uní en ella aquí anoche.
Lo único que te puedo aconsejar, hermano, es de que hagas las cosas bien.
Sí,
Hay que hacer las cosas bien. Aunque si no las haces bien, desde el inicio estás haciendo las cosas que van. Lo que empieza mal, termina mal. Tú bien lo sabes.
Sí, yo sé eso.
Bueno, me dio mucho gusto conocerte, mi hermano.
Yo soy igual.
Después nos echamos unas arepas, un pabellón, unas hallacas.
Ok. Señor, una polarcita.
Ándale. So we are going to be ending this live feed. So I was just talking to a migrant from Venezuela. A lot of the migrants, you know, uh, a lot of the migrants, they come and they want to talk to me due to the fact that I have crossed the Darien, or I have had experience in the past of, this mass migration. So, uh, it's a fun fact when you talk to them and they tell you I have crossed the Darien, and I tell them also, I have crossed it also. They said, wow, thank you for documenting. And then when you tell them like, hey, the only thing that I can tell you is do things right, do things correctly. Try to do them right. Because you do them wrong, you're starting wrong a process. Whatever process you want to do, whatever process you want to put yourself into. So even if you don't have money, at least be kind to them. You're referencing to me. Just want to ask a question. Jerry Orvis joining the live feed. Are you talking to me with that comment? Because I have been. I don't know if you're. I don't know if you're referencing that comment to me. Well, we don't know. So I've always been kind to people. I've always been transparent with them. I have carried children out of the Darien Gap, helped a lot of people on their journey. Try to do the best that I can outside of the camera to advise them to do things right, uh, and help them with food, water, whatever it is when they're starving. So I'm a human after all. Before you know, being a journalist and being a reporter, I'm a human being. So you know, I'm always I'm always more of a human being. I'm always more of humanitarian. I care for children. I care for people. I don't believe that migrants should be dying. Migrant lives matter. Every lives matter, but we're talking about immigration, so I believe strongly that migrant lives matter. They shouldn't be going through this process. They shouldn't be going through a caravan. They shouldn't be going through the Darien Gap, jungles, seas, deserts, all of the above that I'm telling you. They shouldn't be going through that. And ultimately, they shouldn't be going through these horrible processes. Uh, their country should be better. Their country should be free of dictators, free of dirty politicians, and free of corruption. Uh, you know, uh, these people will not be migrating and putting themselves in harm's way. But when you have a policy that it tells you that you can, come through a jungle and not do anything about it, come through a desert, risk yourself coming through a swamp, through a river, through whatever place, and still be admitted embedded. Uh, those policies are hurting more immigration that they're helping. They're completely destroying the whole perspective of immigrants. That is what they're doing. It's completely the opposite. Only the progressive, uh, you know, liberals are doing this. It's a really incompetent and really stupid comment. It says you are self-hating Hispanic. I'm not a Hispanic. I'm Mexican first and foremost. The Hispanic term was put in the United States of America. I'm a Mexican. I was born in Mexico and raised in Mexico. So this is an American that I don't know if you are an African American or a white American. So imagine that if it is a white progressive liberal activist oppressing and telling a Mexican what to do and what to say in his own country. Look how ridiculous this comment is. And it says, you're milking this crisis for your own political gain. I have crossed the Darien Gap 3 times. I have documented the crisis in Central and South America, also in Europe. I have walked with more 11 caravans, and I have visited several borders with the United States and Mexico. When you do that, when you cross the Darien and you document, you put yourself and you put your life on the line, you can put yourself at my level and we can talk. At the meantime, you're just a liberal that is commentating that wants to put their political narrative on top of a Mexican citizen, on top of a brown Mexican citizen that it was born and raised in Mexico, and because of your white progressive mercenary liberal opinion, with your political trash, bringing it into our country, it is not going to function anymore. We are not listening to your political liberal trash anymore. We're not going with your political liberal trash anymore. You're not going to use us, the Latinos and the Mexicans, for your political hatred and your trash anymore. We're not going to let you use us for your votes and your political votes because of the Democratic Party. That's what they do. They use only the Latinos and the minorities for their political gain. So we are not going to let you oppress us anymore. And if you're this kind of libtard that uses the word conspiracy theories, fearmonger, creating hysteria, xenophobic, transphobic, homophobic, pronoun-phobic, fat-phobic, racist, fascist, narcissist and bigot, white supremacist and white imperialist, you're describing yourself. You are a progressive, mercenary, activist libtard. It is because of people like you that the United States has a big, gigantic problem. It is because of the leftist, imperialist, mercenary, white liberal that wants to tell Mexicans what to say and what to do. And because you say so, it means that everything possibly in your crazy, demented mind, it is okay. But no, sir. No, sir. You just found yourself with a wall, and that wall is telling you enough is enough. We're not letting you we're not letting you come over here, oppress us, oppress our opinion, and tell us what to do. So shut up. And the ones that they're milking the crisis, if you want to talk about that, is your Democratic Party, Joe Biden, Alejandro Mayorkas, and the cartels, and the NGOs, with your NGOs, progressive liberal organizations. If you want more, come and get it. That's what I thought. If you want me to tell you in Spanish, I'll tell you in Spanish. No vamos a dejar que estos progresistas, liberales, mercenarios, activistas blancos vengan con su política basura a nuestro país de México a utilizarnos para sus votos, para su narrativa, para su política de odio, utilizando a la migración como propaganda, mientras miles y miles están muriendo en el Darién, mientras miles están muriendo en el trayecto en Centroamérica y Sudamérica, mientras nuestra economía está por un desastre, y ustedes nomás vienen y traen su política de basura a nuestro país, nomás utilizándonos para ganar sus elecciones y utilizándonos solamente para ganar su narrativa. Alto a este abuso de estos progresistas, liberales, mercenarios blancos que vienen y meten su política y su narrativa utilizándonos nada más, como lo hizo Joe Biden, para ganar sus votaciones y ganar su partido político. 5 minutos. Definitivamente, I will say this in Spanish real quick. Definitivamente, esta situación que se está viviendo con la administración de Joe Biden, tenemos que entender que la administración de Barack Obama fue la administración que más mexicanos y latinos deportó. La administración más racista es la administración de Barack Obama, que trajo el Pacto Global de Migración, donde por ese Pacto Global de Migración en las Naciones Unidas es un completo desastre. Y Joe Biden prometió que iba a documentar a 11 millones de indocumentados, iba a ayudar a la migración. Vean nada más el desastre que tiene. Es la administración donde más migrantes han muerto, en la parte de Centroamérica, en la parte del norte, con las fronteras con Estados Unidos y México. Y como mexicano les puedo decir que es una de las administraciones más incompetentes para poder manejar la migración como una manera más humanitaria, donde pues a raíz de sus políticas abiertas y políticas de fronteras abiertas, que eso es lo que han causado que el crimen organizado tenga más poder, los cárteles tengan más poder a raíz del tráfico de humanos. Así es que simplemente esta es la realidad. This is right on, come all to this stolen land. This is your land. When did these white Europeans buy this earth? The people that they're migrating, just for your understanding, Riley Haskey, the people that are migrating are not from Mexico. These people that they're located in their caravan, let me educate you for a little bit, are people from Central America, South America, and other 23 countries that first started, but they're not from Mexico. The land that you're talking about, that you're saying that it was a stolen land, it was land from Mexico. It was California, it was Arizona, it was New Mexico, it was Texas, and some other land. If you're signalizing come on one by one, you're referencing to the wrong people, because the land belonged before to Mexico, not to Central America and South America. So I think by history, you have you have to go back to the notebooks and read a little bit. No, I don't have a bad attitude. I am not going to pander you. This is not a pandering one-on-one lesson, and this is not a love connection. This is a reality and truth of the news. I do not pander to nobody. And this is not, I want to hug you and then I hate you kind of situation. This is the way it is. I'm tired of people being soft. This is not soft times. These are really soft times, and soft times create strong men. And there's a few of us that we're still standing, that we're strong men. And we're not going to allow this pandering to be soft continuously, because we are being oppressed by a progressive liberal language. That is what they are trying to do, to make us feel oppressed and to not be men anymore. So I think that this is the time to be men and to stand up and say the truth all the time, and to be transparent, and to ultimately, say it with all respect. You cannot throw rocks to somebody and expect that person to throw flowers at you. If you're throwing rocks, remember, it's going to come back to you. Whenever you spit something to the sky, whatever you spit on the sky is going to come down to your face. So be careful with what you say, because as you say, the progressives and the liberals, they say your words matter and your words are hurting and your words are full of hate. Ultimately, also your insults and your progressive liberal language also hurts and also is full of hate. So it's freedom. It's called freedom. So you have to be able to take it, and also you have to be able to take it on one side into another. God bless you all. I am going to leave. Uh, thank you so much for joining in. Oh, wait. Uh, let's stand up a little bit and let's walk. Been sitting down for apparently like 15 to 20 minutes. So we are about to keep on moving. It has been nice talking to you guys and having a conversation with you guys. Has been awesome. And you know, I love when we talk like this because it tells you that ultimately, you know, it tells you that you can have a great conversation with somebody and you know be talking about these talking points. But the problem is that when people just have a one narrative and it's just one right wing, one left wing, and when they're whether it is right wing, left wing, they don't know nowhere they come to an agreement. They never. It's not that they never come to an agreement. It's just the problem doesn't get fixed. It is that's the thing about all this situation is that the problem never gets a solution, never gets fixed. It's always the same situation. It's always a bad thing. It's never getting fixed. And we have a humanitarian crisis, and it is not getting fixed, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse by the day. No, no. You're lying. No, Mexico didn't lose it on a fair fight. It was not a fair fight, and don't let me get into it. No, it was not. The agreements were broken, and don't even let me get into it. I think that you haven't. You need to learn, and you need to read history. And I don't want to get into this topic because it's going to aggravate a lot of people. Stay safe. God's plan is our mission.